Hello everyone, my name is Robert Moser and this is my ENCMP 100 project. About the game, of course, I made a solver for kind of the puzzles in the game, right? So this game is called Satisfactory. It's kind of one of those resource development games, right? So you get the raw stuff out of the ground, like iron ore, copper ore, oil, and such, and you try to refine it into useful stuff like fuel, reinforced iron plates, motors, all that, and it takes a lot of time. Do you realize it's a lot of math? Like here, you get 240 iron ore out of the ground per minute, and you're saying, I want to use all of that. How do I do that without making too much machines? Because these make 30. To get those iron plates, it's a lot of process. You got to turn some into rods, some into plates, some into screws, so forth and so on. So it's a lot of math actually. You're trying to optimize, not build too much, not build too little, right? And that's kind of the point of my code, to optimize this whole process so it can be done within seconds. You don't have to take all that time manually. So let me show you. So let's just do the test case from our game. It'll ask us, hey, what's your first item? I don't know. What are the items? Oh, okay, reinforced iron plates. That's what we're trying to make. Let's put that in. It'll find what resources are needed and say, iron ore is the only thing needed, and I'll ask you, how much iron ore do you have? Well, from the game, we had 480, right? From the two miners, right? Get that out. Do you have another item? Nope. And bam, it'll do all that work that usually take a long time, these ratios, and basically massive stoichiometry, and just spit it out in seconds. So I can make 40 reinforced iron plates. I'll need 16 smelters, 32 constructors, and 8 assemblers. And a little graph here, just for why not, you know? Yeah, and that's pretty nice, you know? It takes all that work that you'd have to do manually and kind of does that in seconds. So I'll kind of show you quickly. This is the recipe book. I kind of got all these numbers from the wiki, right? It's basically a massive nested dictionary. You get each recipe, the inputs, the outputs, the machine. You get that for all. This isn't all the recipes. That'd take a bit more time, but yeah, quite a bit. These are your base materials, which are useful because every refined material can be broken down into base materials, right? These are defined functions. I'll go a bit into that. This is just like basic machine stuff. This is converting refined into raw. This is just user validation. This is our input as you saw in the demo. Yeah, it just asks you what you need, what you have. This is how it allocates stuff for multi-stage productions. So like if iron ore could go into two places, it splits this. And this is how it actually like calculates making the stuff from the stuff you gave it, kind of. This the output as we saw it, and this is the visual output. So just quickly, I'll go through the versions. I use this kind of rudimentary roadmap to kind of learn each version. Version one, get information and do single one-step processes, right? And display it through text. Version two, multi-stage. Version three, visual representation. I set those very early as like these goals to work towards, which is very nice, I found. And how I work towards that, this is my first version, you know, just get the first recipes, get the kind of interview user input down, store that information to the dictionary, and just kind of do that basic first thing. Like the dictionaries, I got lost in these a lot. It's really hard to see what's going on a lot of the time. I kind of like write it down. That's what you'll see in the final. I use a lot of writing to kind of explain what I'm doing so I don't get lost in the code. Um, yep, so we keep moving forward, add a bit more recipes, do the machine calculator function, improve on this a bit. This gets a bit better, of course. Version 1, you're able to do single step, which is nice, you know? Version 2, this is where you get your, what was version 2? Version 2 was multi-step. So, yeah, you can see here, I'll break it down into allocated inventory, allocate stuff from multi-stage processes into different things, right? And yeah, you end here. Some technical difficulties maybe. This get raw materials has a bit of recursion in here, right? Like it makes perfect sense. You go down one level, you go down another. Because like say you want 40 reinforced iron plates, what's the cost in raw iron ore? You know, so they'll do that for you. So and use a bit of recursion, which is pretty cool. I found makes a lot of sense. Yep. Yeah, this user demand just has some, you know, you can put multiple demands, and getting this to actually allocate materials was a bit, but yeah, and it has some drawbacks. Like it's not perfect, not very efficient a lot of the time, but it works. Anyways, yeah, thank you for your time. This is my project.